This is what you do. You just start. The problem with that argument is that you're not starting at all. You miss 100% of all the shots you never take. And right now, you're not taking any shots. You know, there's this weird fear that if you start at the wrong spot, you're going to be worse off. And that's just not true. If you start in the wrong spot, you'll learn that that's the wrong spot. A shortcut is made not because you just know exactly where you're going. A shortcut is made because you know every other route that you take is just longer. And so the way you learn how to become faster and better at painting is to make mistakes, is to go the route of most resistance and least resistance, so you can tell the difference and have an opinion about it versus being speculative. And so I think whenever people tell me that, like, oh, where do I start, and they're asking me exactly, like, what's the solution for me, and it's like, I don't know. I have no idea where you should start because I don't know what you are about. I don't know what you want to do. Because I could tell you to start where I tell most people to start when they actually truly want me to answer that question, which is anatomy, perspective, lighting, form. Any one of those is a great way to start because all those things will teach you things that are going to help you paint and become a better painter. And anything else than that, like, is going to help too. I mean, it really is. There's some people who hardly study anatomy and they're great artists. They do mostly stylized or they do really misproportionate stuff, but they figured it out. They figured out the things that they do care about versus having like some fundamental like education. Or there are people that only learn from fundamentals and then they have great like structure and design to their paintings, but maybe they're boring and they don't have the sense of style that the other artists may have acquired from the route that they took. And so starting is the way you start and how you start. So if you want to learn, like for example, you feel like, hey, I just want to learn anatomy today, then start learning anatomy. Go do that. And then if you feel like a week later, okay, I did a lot of good anatomy studies, now let me go do something else, like let me learn some lighting, then do some lighting. It's going to be constantly switching up on you, and that's the point. But you have to get started. Otherwise, yeah, you're just going to sit there contemplating your career when you could have been started getting towards your career.
What's up, AJ?
What's
I'm
up?
taking your costume design class for film next month.
Sweet.
And wanted to know if there will be any preparation I need to do before it starts. Will there be a set genre or story for that class?
Check your email. That's what I would say. Because people tend to forget that there's a first assignment. Or they don't check their promotional email if you have Gmail. But nothing really. Just get used to it, familiar to photo bashing and film costume design, stuff like that. But nothing outside of that. If you want to do something, just get practice out of there, like in terms of, get some practice in terms of functionality when it comes to anatomy and costume design. Especially with, like, for film, like, you want to be more practical. For, like, the normal character class, it's like, I don't really care if you're practical or not. It's really more about if you do the work. And you do good and epic work. But for film, like, it's clear, like, there has to be some sort of, there has to be a lot more objective thinking because a lot of that stuff is truly created for real life. And so having some sense of structure is quite important. But, yeah, I'd say, like, learning about practical, like, costume designing would be great.
Is there a chance to see you in Europe?
Yeah, like I said, we are wanting to go everywhere, but it just takes time.
Hey AJ, how did you tone your muscles, especially at your back? I want to get some wings.
Pull-ups, lots of pull-ups and deadlifts. A lot of compound exercising is really good. Compound exercises is like exercises that result in multiple muscles being worked at the same time. For example, like a pull-up, you get your posterior delt, all the back muscles back there, your trapezius, your lats, your biceps. It's like an overall hard workout to do. And if you can do like more than 20, you're at a really high capacity. And that's kind of one of my goals, is to be like at 20 or so during one pull-up session, right? Like, can I do 20 in a row? We usually try to go for like 100 like pull-ups every time we do go, like pretty large amount of pull-ups, and that's pretty fun to do. And but it's very hard. It's very 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 hard. And it goes the same with every other muscle group. Like if you're trying to get your chest stronger, it's not just about getting your chest stronger. You also want to get your shoulders, your triceps, your grip strength. All of these things are part of your core. They're going to help you become stronger and lift heavier. A lot of people tend to have a lot of problems whenever they lift, whenever they do heavy bench press in their shoulders, and it's because they're not working their posterior delt. They're not working their back deltoid, or not the posterior. Is it the anterior or posterior? Anterior is the back. Yeah, the back deltoid, I think. And when you don't work out that, what ends up happening is when you try to lift really heavy, your whole shoulder is trying to help, including your like, rotary cuff inside your shoulder, and so then it all snaps, just fucking snaps if you don't like have any strength there. It's the same thing with like curling. If you curl and your wrist starts to hurt, it's because your flexors or most likely your extensors are the ones that most people don't actually work out. The ones like when you do that help you do this, like palm up kind of stuff. Like for example, mine are very weak, and so making those strong will also help you lift and hold things in your hands. It's funny because like when I started working out, like it's very interesting to notice like all these things about like weight training and stuff, but find that the same things are true in multiple fields of things. Like if you want to become a better weight trainer, you have to learn the fundamentals. Like you have to understand the fundamentals of lifting and strength training, and it's the same with art, right? Like a lot of things are ruled by fundamental thinking and the basics, but no one wants to do the basics. Everybody wants to do the most complicated of things. They want to do the most extreme version of every single thing, and what ends up happening is that you just jack up all your shit. You mess up your body, you mess up your mind, mess up the thinking around it. Like you think, well, I have to do this crazy diet because it works, or does it? Or could you just be a little bit more, can you work on a more healthier way of like transitioning to such an extreme diet versus just going straight at it, guns blazing, And it's the same with art. Like people are trying to like bypass form, anatomy, structure, all of the stuff. They're trying to bypass it because, they want to get to the good stuff. They want to get to the painting, the fun and interesting things. And that's not rewarded to you until you've practiced those things. Just like John will never beat 12-second record. You can't even beat your own record?
I can't.
Let me know when you get to 12 seconds, or when you beat your record again.
I don't know, 12 seconds is possible.
I think so.
Is
Watch.
there a chance? No, sorry. So, okay, I want to be great environment artist. Where should I start?
Perspective. Perspective and scale. See, I can get all the way to that bottle or that cap in 2 seconds.
2 seconds?
Yeah. It's just like when you jump off the table, you jump right to where the chair is at.
I can see that.
Oh, yeah. See, with combination, so like, what happens is, just go slow, it doesn't matter. So like, from there, you jump all the way to like the chair pretty much. So you bounce off of that and you're like right there in 2 seconds. But it's like perfect timing. I swear, like maybe 3 seconds, but it was at 2 point something, right? Yeah, see? Like, you see what I'm saying? And it rockets you in there too. It's not even like a subtle like, yeah, you can do it. It like rockets you in. It's not even like a.
I got 3-4 seconds.
No, I swear.
I don't think it's 2 seconds.
No, I swear it's 2 seconds. Like maybe 3 seconds. Like let's like a higher end of 2 seconds. Cause I was surprised. I was like, "Damn, I'm already over here." Like I was like, "It's just 2 seconds." That's how I got the 17 seconds. Cause like the other room, I just like took me a while to get through. Yeah, and so it took me a while to get through, but because I had only like 2 seconds on the first like run, I had all that time to kind of waste.
I don't know about that.
Yeah, that's that kind of thinking is going to keep you away from 12 seconds.
A friend of mine is looking into getting studio space and has asked if I want to share it with them. Currently, with With them currently, I use my room as a workspace. Do you find there are benefits to having a studio to work compared to just working from home?
One is you have company. If he's there, you have someone to talk to, right? Another thing is that there's no comforts of home. The distraction of like just even like your kitchen, like having a refrigerator with food and going there often is quite, you know, like for example, we don't go to our kitchen often unless we're going to cook some food, you know, because of, not only for convenience, because it's a shared space, so you can't just hang out there, you know, without your pants on, and just be like eating a sandwich. You know, you just kind of go there, get your food, and leave, right? And when I'm here, I don't like another thing for me though. One of the biggest things for me is like I have kids, and my kids and wife, and like when my kids are there and my wife is there, like even though like they know that I'm working, especially my wife is a victim of this. She even told me she feels bad when she does. Like whenever I'm like there, she'll just like constantly like be asking me to do stuff like, can you open this jar? Can you open this thing? Can you move this? Can you do that? And I'm like, I'm working, but it's this illusion of work, right?
14 seconds.
14 seconds? I'm telling you, 12 seconds.
I did straight through, not touching anything. Unless it launches you, like there's
I'm telling you, 14 what? 14.7?
14.7.
All right, John. 14.7. Huh?
I'm content with that record.
Okay, try to set the record for level 2 then. So yeah, working from home is, you know, you're comfortable, but there's something nice about separating work from home. Like when you can go home when you have a studio space, you know, like did it launch you?
I just like got through the first level so fast.
That's what I'm telling you. Like you can like, oh, like I mean here, oh, damn. Don't even go for that one. You're going too fast, right? Yeah, maybe you should just try to beat it without.
I forget where it was.
Yeah, you should try to beat it without actually speed running, so you know like where you should be going. It's fun being a ninja. I think when we launch the game, when people like, they're gonna play it like slow, but there's gonna be a guy somewhere out there that beats the first level in 10 seconds.
Yeah.
And you're just gonna be like, what? And then there's gonna be a YouTube video, and he's gonna beat it in 10 seconds. I think I'm gonna let the like all the people in the guild play the game too. Like once it's like official, when we get the first alpha of it, like when I have more than like 2 levels. I think I'm gonna try to release an alpha of 10 levels, but a full game of 30 levels. I think that would be a good game. Because at this point, levels now it's just about level design, right? It's not like too much about building the game.
Just, like, I like the don't wake the baby thing, but I think it could be a cool like just a ninja game. Like, how fast can you just go on everything, not getting caught. Anyways, next question says, "Are you guys living the dream?"
Yeah, I think so. We're doing well. I love the company. I love the studio. I love the peers that I have. Students are doing great, getting jobs. It's pretty awesome. We're doing really great.
Seeing everybody just getting jobs.
Yeah, it's cool. Like a year from now, I'm calling it. We're gonna have a lot of Robotpencil aficionados, and it's gonna be cool to be a part of that.
Hey AJ, I badly lack in eye-hand coordination on my bamboo for Photoshop, but it's good in ZBrush. Maybe because of 2D. What advice in such situations?
I don't know. That's a hard one to answer. I don't have a good answer for that, so I'm just gonna have to say pass. Sorry, bud. Because like I've never used the bamboo. My advice would be, as soon as you can, get it into us. You know, we bought like a third-party tablet for Will, and that's clearly not good. And so, I mean, well, at least it doesn't have any drivers for his version of PC. So I would say, yeah, let's upgrade. It's time. It's time to upgrade. John.
Forgot about my flashlight.
You're just like running through without looking.
When does the next character class?